So there comes a point in a man's life when he realizes that these little fasteners that you pick up sometimes on the street, or you find a piece of furniture or a car part, that you see all these fasteners and you say to yourself, I'm going to save those. I'm going to put those in little glass jars, in little baby food jars. Well, today I decided I have a little bag. This is actually, most of this stuff comes from one piece of furniture. And it was a heavy duty piece of furniture. And when I was taking it apart, I realized that there was a lot of unique fasteners here that I could use in the future. Now, generally, I try not to save too much stuff. But if I'm going to save it, I'm going to try to keep it all together. And I'm going to organize it. So these screws here, these are some pretty decent screws. Now these are a hex screw. So I don't think these are like really super strong, but these are strong enough to hold up a shelf. That's not going to be holding up a lot of weight. So I have about 20 of these right here. And we're going to put those right into this can here, because I know that I'm going to use these really soon. I'm going to make sure to use them. And then I got two other screws, Phillips head, that I'm also going to use. That right there, folks, those fasteners right there, if you were to buy that type of fastener, that many, is probably going to be $8 to $10 right there. These are some of the handles that I pulled off of the furniture. I totally dismantled the furniture because I didn't want the piece to be rejected from the landfill, or if somebody was going to take it, you know, junk it. It's a lot easier for them to take something that's already reduced into a small piece instead of one big, large piece of furniture. Now, these handles here are really cool, and I think they're pretty timeless, and you can use them for all sorts of things. I mean, you can fasten them to the wall, and then you put hangers. You can hang hangers on there, either in your shop or in your studio, or, you know, if you have a box or something, a old vintage wooden box or even a metal box, you can put these on the sides and have them as pickup handles. So those are good too. If anything, these may end up at Restore, Habitat for Humanity, so that somebody else can use them. I have 6 of those. Okay? So they're not going to the landfill. In fact, I might even just fasten them in my garage so that I can hang tools on them. Okay? Because I like to have things organized. These little fasteners right here are excellent for little hooks. You know, like little tiny miniature coat hooks. Like right now I'm constructing a wooden pot rack. Here, I'll show you. And so these types of hooks, these little screws will work because they're not too big. And you can see right here, oh, that didn't work out, the depth of them. These little screws here I can use for metal, faceting metal. These are pretty expensive too, actually. You know, you get 10 or 20 of these. It's going to be $5, $6, $7. And then I have these little other fasteners here, which I believe actually go to these handles here. Let me check. Okay. So we're going to attach these to the handles so that they go with the handles. That way when we donate them to Restore, or if I have a garage sale, I'm going to have a garage sale in the near future here. I'll put these in a little bag and put them all together. You know, and if I get $3 for this set, somebody that wants to build, you know, or change a piece of furniture, or, you know, they want to change their cabinet look. You know, in fact, I could definitely use them in my kitchen here and totally change the look of my cabinets. And then these fasteners are pretty common. I use these a lot with plastic what are they called? You know, those little things that you put in the drywall, and then you screw these into the little plastic things. So these are pretty common. These are not very expensive. You know, half a dozen of these, a couple bucks or so. But I will save these, and I do have them pretty well organized. I'm getting much more organized now because I will be using them. Now these fasteners here, this I don't remember what it came from, but this is from the 1940s. And when I saw the hardware for this, or you know, whatever I was taking apart, and I don't remember what it was, probably something in the garage, in my 1920s garage, maybe the original garage door hanger or something. I said to myself, I'm going to use these. They're really strong. They're a little bit flexible, but they have multiple applications, okay? So like in my garage or in the studio or whatever, I can put them in like that, or I can fasten them like that, or I can fit a board in them like that. That's just hang the board. So it's like a almost like a joist hanger. Like I said, I don't remember what they come from. I've already used 2 of these to hold a shelf up. I put them in like that, and then the board sits on top, and then it's screwed from the bottom up like that. Kind of gives it a unique look. This is also from a 1940s, 1930s piece of furniture, and I've already used these handles. I've put them on a attic door to lift up and out of the door, to pull it down from the attic. It's just like a trap door, and I put 2 on each side. So I've used those already. These are nice. And once again, brand new, this hardware here, something like this, is like $6, okay? This one here I'll probably use for a door like this. Pull in and out. These little wooden knobs here, I'm going to send these to Restore, because although I probably could use them for something, I don't have the immediate application. So I don't want to save too much stuff. But these came off of a 1930s wooden desk that I still have. But I changed the hardware. I changed the hardware to something like this. Updated the hardware. So, in fact, I might just leave these with the desk. And when I sell the desk, if somebody wants to refurbish the desk, I got it really cheap for like, I might have gotten the desk free. But these would be the original 1930s desk hardware with the screws and everything. So yeah, I will return these with the desk. So there you go, folks. Trying to keep stuff out of the landfill, repurpose, donate, and use things, you know, repurpose them, use them all for all alternative purposes, and you know, it's fun, having fun basically.